this morning. But this list is what we're starting with. This is a kind of red-black synergy-based deck, and it's kind of following that same philosophy that you see me follow with Rakdos Sac, the list we played a lot on the stream over the course of the years now, I guess, is that I like that when you play a pile of cards like this, for each card to have on its own a pretty high individual power level. Goblin Bombardment is an amazing card. Ragavan, Unearth, Bloodghast, Seasoned Pyromancer, Mayhem Devil, Thoughtseize, all really, really powerful, individually strong cards. And here we're also kind of testing Unlucky Witness, which is a card I'm really excited about, Tenacious Underdog, and of course Ob Nixilis. So, one card you may be kind of surprised to see is Unlucky Witness. I think this card is very interesting, very powerful. This is a 1-mana 1/1. When it dies, you exile the top 2 cards of your library, and until your next end step, you can play one of those cards. And there has never been a 1-mana creature that when it dies, you draw a card. This is the first one that you get, you know, in some situations, it's going to be better than that, because you get to look at the top 2 and choose one. In some situations, it's going to be worse, because it will die on your turn and you can't use the card. So, it's not exactly a 1-mana 1/1 when it dies, draw a card. But this is the first card like it, and I think if it's going to be good in a shell, it's going to be in a shell like this. Tenacious Underdog, also really interesting, powerful card. Maybe not a card that like fits super well into Modern, but it is a 2-mana 3/2, and it has Blitz where you can cast it from your hand or your graveyard to spend 4 mana and pay 2 life, and attack with haste and sacrifice to draw a card on your end step. And you can do that from the graveyard, which is pretty interesting. So let's try, huh? Although with the move and everything, that might not even be the case either. Okay, we're gonna keep this. We have the turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Ob Nixilis, the nut draw. I'm pretty sad not to see Gurmag. Well, maybe you'll be happy I will win more because I'm not playing Gurmag. Dude, we actually have the turn 2 Ob, and it doesn't probably matter that much. So we do have a lot of Cascade hate. Voidwalker's good against them. Fulminator's good against them. No! A lot of sideboard cards in general here. Let us draw a Goblin Bombardment, I guess. Why not Supplier enter these lists? So, okay, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about, right? Where people want to put cards like Stitcher Supplier in these decks, you know what I mean? This Stitcher Supplier is a super, like, individually weak card. This card is a 1-mana 1/1, gets you no card advantage. If you don't mill over a Bloodghast or a Kroxa, this card is, like, literally just a 1-mana 1/1. Why does it work well with Ob? Because it has a death trigger. But like this is kind of my deck building philosophy. I think this is why the Rakdos Sac deck ended up working out so well. Why I ended up just loving that list for so long is my philosophy is that you want to play the good cards that can kind of be more individually strong, so it's harder for you to get disrupted, so your top decks are better on average, and not play cards like so I guess they have to take the Unearth here, right? And not play cards like like Stitcher Supplier in these decks. Well, they took the Seasoned Pyromancer. People do this all the time. They'll take the 3-drop instead of the Unearth. Maybe they have Force Negation. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm done. You got it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make fun of you. Okay, so bringing in these cards, I feel like in this matchup I'd like to cut. Bombardment's good because you get to spin all your creatures. I want to keep in the Unearths for the Fulminator Mages. Mayhem Devil's actually good against Living End, since they make you sacrifice your board and then it deals all the damage to them. I think I'm going to cut the second Kroxa, the Obs, the Tenacious Underdog. I know I'm cutting Ob. I just have to, I'm bringing in a lot, you know, these 3 drops, I gotta lower the curve, I think. A lot more cuts to do. I guess we cut the Witnesses. And, like, second Kroxa. No Anvil. I don't. I think with Anvil you need to be more on the artifact synergies, and you need to play Synthesizer and Ob being a 3-drop means I don't think you want to be playing Synthesizer and Ob together. I think we can keep this. Mage seems odd. Okay. Fulminator Mage is good against living ends. You just like, especially on the play, you get to like just time walk them with the Fulminator Mage. Alright, one living end down. I think I'm discarding these two. I want to get max tokens. Okay, like here, next turn I get to go Fulminator Mage, time walk them, hit them for 6, you know. Ob's going for like 90. Yeah, I bought Obs this morning for like 70 tickets or something like that. Like I Thoughtseize first to try to play around subtlety. Also, Fulminator Mage does come back after a living end too, which is, you know, not irrelevant. Endurance, Curator of Mysteries, living in. So they only have one living in left in the deck. It's kind of easy Shardless Agent, I guess. What was their other land? Steam Vents, living in Urborg, so I can blow up the tomb, I guess, because they have a second Steam Vents. Man for the 6 months, appreciate you. So I do think that Fulminator Mage on the draw is definitely like a lot more sketchy. Ragavan into Fulminator Mage is really good, but I think it is possible to not play all these Fulminators on the draw. I do think though, seeing that my opponent brought in all these ley lines, I'm a little bit more interested in trimming some number of Bloodghast. Not really sure for what though. I mean, obviously a lot of my deck uses the graveyard. Yeah, I'll just submit this. We get a lot of questions about Anvil. Actually, just bought the deck of paper, so the opinion's a good playable deck. I do like the deck a lot. I still do recommend it. I think it is one that is good and one that rewards you for really spending the time to learn it too. I think I'm putting back second land here. What's nice about Bombardment is that if we can get it down before they living end, we're gonna be able to sack our creatures and get them back after a living end. Obviously, on the draw here just might be a little too slow. Thank you, Doctor. Omega Phoenix for the 13 months, Phil to 7 months. Appreciate you guys. So here, I think I'm discarding second Seasoned Pyromancer and second Goblin Bombardment. Yeah, turn 1 Monkey every game has been pretty nice. And I'm probably getting a Mountain. Could get a Blood Crypt, could get a Swamp. Blood Crypt so I can cast Bloodghast. There's the Bloodghast. I'd like to maybe go like Bombardment into attack with Ragavan under Seasoned Pyromancer. Waker of the Waves is really scary. This card is going to be a nightmare in play. Although it's maybe not unbeatable. Scales Humans and Pioneer. Very cool. I was messing around with some scales in mono green. I was looking kind of a green-white or mono-green. This is cool. You got a lot of overlapping synergy. My opponent probably has Violent Outburst, right? I think there's not much reason to not just attack first. Let them get my Seasoned Pyromancer trigger, you know? So this is going to be difficult to beat, obviously, but not impossible. It's actually maybe going to be fine if I could just find a land. Okay, I don't like Lead the Stampede, I think. I think this is a card that, as powerful as it is, it's awkward with Thalia, and it's a card that's generally pretty slow in a format that is very much all about impacting the board as well as you can, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's go Unearth another Seasoned Pyromancer here. I'm going to discard Ragavan Thoughtseize. I didn't find a land? This is so frustrating. This is so frustrating to just miss on like 4 looks on a land here on a turn where if we just find a land, we're just doing so fine. Okay, I'm gonna save the Unearth after just get another Seasoned Pyromancer back, I guess. Fuck. Star People, 1 mana, 1/1, dies, gets counters to target creature, okay. Okay, so let's go block here. Block here, don't take 6. And the 9. It's probably okay. Why not play the bombardment before swing? They just respond to the bombardment with the living end. It doesn't change anything, right? There's a land. Hopefully they don't have a force of negation though. I kind of feel like they do. They did pause earlier. Awesome, they don't. Well, that's great for us. So we get our Bloodghast back. So I'm gonna go sack, ping them. Sack, ping them so I can attack with my Bloodghast. Grab a swamp. I'm going to cast the Unearth pre-combat here so that I know if my Unearth is resolving. So, I mean, I think it's going to resolve. But I know if it resolves, so I know if I can attack with the Seasoned Pyromancer or not. And, oh, dude, Mayhem Devil is definitely the best draw. We attack our opponent for 2, down to 8. We only have 7 creatures, so we're not killing them here. But we are also, like, very alive. It's worth noting that Servant Scales doubles its counters to also play. Star People doesn't. Yes. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, trying to figure out what the difference between those were. I feel like this list looks pretty good. The one thing is, I want to play something else besides Lead the Stampede. And I'm trying to figure out what that might be. I'm sure you spend a lot of time working on it too. Oh no. Oh no. Fuck. Militia Buglers of Lead the Stampede. I kind of like that thought, yeah. Okay, I feel like sacking the Bloodghast is pretty easy. Okay, so what if I just chump block here? I can't take 11. I need to block 2 creatures. Sack 4 things and 3. I think I just let this go. Could you play Coco instead? I mean, I think it also has an issue with Thalia. Coco with no 3-drops is not good. I think that's the idea behind Lead the Stampede. But I like that Militia Bugler impacts the board. And it also digs you deep for your 3-bit Inspector. Or sorry, your Thalia's Lieutenant. Seems pretty relevant. I don't think Containment Priest is very good. Containment Priest has the issue of, like, you want to bring it against Phoenix, but they just have a million shocks in their deck. You don't like 3-mana Nissa? Oh yeah, I do like 3-mana Nissa. That's the card you should have. The 3-mana Nissa that minuses and plays counters on things. I do like that card. That's exactly the card you should have. I would play Archon, the 3-mana Archon over Deafening Silence. That card I think is a lot better against Lotus Field. Sideboard overall looks good, except I don't like these Containment Priests. I might play like Portable Hole over Containment Priest. Okay, come on, Goblin Bombardment. No, well, good job, Foundation Breaker. You got us. You got us. Good game. Good match. On the draw. Pretty bad hand. I would maybe try this on the play. Just think a bit too slow on the draw. 0-1 drops. We can keep this one. I think I'll put back Second Thoughtseizes. Hey Tashi, how's it going? Have we cast Ob yet? No. We played against Living End round 1 and we ended up sighting it out, so. Yeah, it hasn't been a huge part of the deck yet. Although, will we cast it on turn 2? We have had Ragavan into Ob games, match 1 and 2, but we have been on the draw both times too. Master of the Pearl Trident. I mean, I guess if your opponent just doesn't block the Ragavan. I guess if they just don't block the Ragavan. It looks pretty good. I'm probably gonna go minus the original copy plus the new one. They probably just choose to lose 2 life, right? Yeah. Minus first for the extra 2 life, yes. Oh no, plus. Oh right. Sorry, yes, yeah. Yes. I would have gained 2 life if I minus the other one first. First time casted the card, you know. Ward is spells or abilities, right? Yeah, so if I chump block here, I can't kill their token. So would I rather have the double token or would I rather have an Ob? I think I'll block, ping them. Vial the Sin to give their Planeswalker indestructible. So I guess I have to decide if I'm going to minus this, I want to plus this after. I kind of want to go Unlucky Witness, sack it to the Bombardment this turn. I think having an extra creature in play for the Bombardment is probably good if that's my plan. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to play my Takenuma, I think. Bombardment, Witness. Hopefully they don't have a Force of Negation. Until my next instep. Yeah, I'm gonna sack it on their turn. Yeah, I'm not just gonna cast it main phase, sack it main phase, obviously, here. Maybe I misspoke. It's gonna be pretty interesting how they attack. I actually kind of feel like they should just ignore the Obs. Okay, God comes in at 2 loyalty Ob. Harbinger goes in at 1 loyalty Ob. This goes in at 2 loyalty Ob. So we'll save the 2 loyalty Ob. And we also get to deal them 3 damage in the process, putting them down to 10. Oh, what's this? Glasspool Mimic, copy the Master, probably. Okay. Another nice thing about the Unlucky Witness is you don't have to choose on the card you grab until your next turn. So we hit Bloodghast and Unearth. Bloodghast is pretty good with the Bombardment fetch land, obviously. Wondering how Vexing Devil will be in this list. Just like Vexing Devil in any other deck in Modern, it would be completely unplayable. Oh no, Tideshaper giving the Island Walk is really bad, although they don't have lethal next turn, right? And we drew Mayhem Devil for turn. We might have lethal. Mayhem Devil, Verdant Catacombs, ping my opponent down to 9, minus Ob Nixilis down to 0, Unearth, Unlucky Witness, sack, Unlucky Witness is 2 damage, sack the token is 3 more damage, sack the Mayhem Devil is 2 more, so that's going to be 7 plus 1, not quite lethal. This is how much? Again, 7 plus there. 7 plus 7, 14. Plus 5, 19. So we're dead to another Merfolk Lord, even if we gain 2 off the Ob. I was counting the fetch, yeah. Thoughtseize Self to reanimate Devil. What does that accomplish? Nothing. Can you Dante Knob to get a dev? I was counting that, yes. That was in my We're dead to a Lord if we gain life off Ob, no matter what we do. We can put them to 2. And 2 is not a 0. We'd also maybe have tried to take a line where we kill the Tideshaper. But I feel like it's just better to try to dodge a Lord for this one turn. You know, the Merfolk decks do not play as many Lords as they used to. And they don't have it. Although they could draw off of the god to get a Glasspool Mimic. Yeah, it should just be an easy attack with everything. The Ward 1. Yeah. You're right. Alright. 2 is not 0 on our side of the field either. Okay. That's lethal if it resolves. Oh, we should cast Thoughtseize, right, to see what's on my opponent's side of the field, I think. Yeah, this is lethal just in play. How has Ob Daddy been performing so far? We cast it for the first time this game. We were on the draw. We cast it on turn 2, sacking Ragavan. It was pretty good. That being said, my opponent probably should never have. They probably should never have let it resolve. You know what I mean? Like, or so they should never. They should have blocked the Ragavan. If they just blocked the Ragavan, like, we'd probably lose this game. But it was really good. It was definitely a very powerful thing to do. But also, like, casting any 3-mana Planeswalker on turn 2 off of Ragavan is usually pretty good. Yeah, it definitely did look good in this game. I'm not, you know, yeah, definitely look good in this game. Okay, one game one. Terminate isn't even that good against them. Just being like 2 mana is pretty awkward. I think we'll just do a 2/2 Terminate Thoughtseize split. What do you think of Rafine or 1/2 Obscura Charms and Esper Mentor? Obscura Charm would be good if it could get back Mentor. It can't, so it's not a card I'm seriously considering. I do have an updated Esper Mentor list. We're probably going to play that Monday? Maybe today if today goes horribly. Why sack Ragavan? Yeah, this was a lethal line through a removal spell. If I don't sack the Ragavan and they have a way to kill the Ragavan, if they have a creature to violent and block it, I lose the game. Esper Mentor and Pioneer. It's a modern deck. I don't think that there's probably much hope for it in Modern. I'm going to play the Mire here so that if my opponent has a Spreading Seas or a Tide Shaper for their turn 2 play, it's not going to be very impactful. Silvergill Adept. What's in the ballpark for matchups you don't want to see? Hammer Time is probably number 1. Beyond that, I don't know if there's anything I'm super scared of, but Hammer Time is like... they just play so many Sanctifier and Vex. We have such little removal. Hammer Time is, like, I think the number 1 deck you don't want to see. Rhino's probably close second. What a whatever fiend. I mean, I think that card's terrible. I don't know. It's just, like, you've got Esper Syndrome. You just want to add all the goofy 3-mana cards to your deck. Like, I think Rafine seems to be, like, incredibly underpowered. First time? Right, okay. The attack trigger seems like it could be nasty. Yeah, you're I think lost in the sauce. Like, obviously, like expecting to attack with multiple creatures with your 3-mana creatures, like, a bit win more, and it's a very fragile 3-mana creature that you have to untap with and get value from. And I say this all the time. There are literally millions of 3-mana creatures that you have to untap with to get value from. And it's just not very common that any of them ever make the cut in Modern. I think it's better to pass, because if they, like, play a second Merfolk, I can go, like, sack, get the Kira counter off both of them. Maybe it's better to kill the Kira first. I don't think it matters that much. Okay, gotta get them off the Devotion. So they're countering this ability. And then I think I sack the Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't think it matters a ton, since the Master Wave says pro red. Well, you don't have to tap with it to give value to your points. I mean, yeah, sure. Again, you know, you're free to include the card. I'm just letting you know my opinion on it. If you disagree with me, you know, go for it, right? I'm not always right. I'm pretty sure I have to take the Glass Pool Mimic here. And then it might be good to just kill the elemental tokens, attack with both. They block the Ragavan. I basically sack the Ragavan for 5 damage here. Or 3 damage. 3 damage. Because I'm getting these 2 damage anyways. Have I tested Cabal Therapist and Dread Sac? I haven't played it in that deck exactly. I have played Cabal Therapist in Modern. It's not good. It's really bad. Really weak card. Have we been able to cast Ob and Murktide yet? Not and Murktide. No Murktides in this deck. We have cast Ob once so far. Worst neighbor, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you. So Ob next medium. I've cast the card one time. Everybody can chill out with the Spike. I need to know. I need to know. I wanna know. Can you show me? Is Ob Nixilis broken in Modern? Spike, you've been live for 40 minutes. You should know if Ob Nixilis is broken by now. Hosting the tier 1, appreciate you. Okay, opponent is super dead. Kind of waiting on them to concede to something. Okay, they concede to the Hunted Witness. Nobody's asking, or so Unlucky Witness. Nobody's asking about Unlucky Witness, alright? Everybody's like, Spike! Is Ob broken? Unlucky Witness has kind of been the all-star so far. Tenacious Underdog. Jury's still out on this one. A card I think I'm going to really like in Pioneer. Will probably be great in Standard. I do want to cast it in Modern, but I'm not so sure about that card. I don't love keeping this hand with no 1-drops on the draw. No 3rd land either. My opponent's rolled the 6th though. I think I'll keep. It's close. If that's with the Blitz 1/1 creature in a deck like that. I don't remember which card you're talking about, but I don't think that was a card that was on my radar going into today. I mean, I like Anvil a lot, of course, but I just don't think it's... You know, you have to, it's got some deck building restrictions, you know. Jeez. I think I have to take the second Keygen Crab. Hoping that they mill over some Bloodghast for me. When did I move to my new house? A week from yesterday. Week from yesterday. I move in on the 5th. We close on the house on the 4th. We scheduled movers for the 5th. I think I want to play Bombardment first here. Crab Face with the 13 months. Twist with 3. Thank you. Yeah, so next week's gonna be a little weird. Where I should be streaming some on Wednesday, the day we close, and then taking Thursday off. I'm scheduled to get internet at the new place. I think I told you guys this already, but the new internet is very good. I have 5 gigabytes up, 5 gigabytes down, baby. I'm really excited. I might just cast the Ob. I know they have 2 pushes in their hand. I could cast a Kroxa. I think I'm just gonna cast the Ob. No value. How much is that? It's expensive. It's also fiber internet. It was their most expensive plan, but I've been wanting to have really good internet for a long time. It's expensive, but it's also tax deductible. I'm stoked. Oh, that's too bad, Koyo. Next turn can maybe kill the Ruin Crab. Yeah, I definitely don't need all that internet either, but it's also like Esther's gonna be working from home too. She has like a lot of like conference calls and team meetings and stuff that she needs to have like good internet for. If I'm streaming at the same time, you know, my DM is moving to to out of state, and I need him to be able to live stream our games. Is there room for Vexing Devil in the list? No, there's not room for Vexing Devil in this list. There's also no Devil synergy because Vexing Devil is usually just dying. Please, 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 chat. I can't be asked about Vexing Devil all day. Am I getting in through AT&T? I have Spectrum right now. I'm really unhappy with them. No more. And it's 2 pushes and a mystery card. They take 2 to the Ob. Get back a Bloodghast. Let me try to exile creatures aggressively because of the Crypt Incursion. I guess I'll leave second Kroxa in the yard though. Yeah, it feels great to never give Spectrum another $1. So they discard a Fatal Push. They're going to push my Kroxa, I'm assuming. I'll just ping them, escape it next turn. Deo, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate ya. Thank you for the GLHF. Attack for 2. One's got 1 card left in their hand. They discarded Fatal Push, so the last card is a mystery card. I do like to have, I like to see that we have the... Okay, I don't have another basic in the deck, so I'm not going to sack the Bloodghast in response. I do like to see that Ob, even without second creature, seems to at least be somewhat reasonably impactful. So sure, against Mill might be like an exception to that rule, but... definitely fine. Okay, so let's attack first, sack the Bloodghast, play the Bloodstained Mire, escape Kroxa. 4 life. Yeah, I mean, if they discard a card to Ob, then they lose the life to the Kroxa, so they should be dead no matter what if we plus. Aren't they dead? I mean, they're dead. They're dead 5 ways to Friday, chat. They are dead. They do have a card in their hand though, so I wasn't, just declaring lethal. Okay, up a game against Mill. Let's bring in the third Kroxa. Probably not too much else. Reach him. Maybe just be 61. 61's probably fine. Do you think Emrakul would promise in instead of Gristle Brand and Mono Black Modern? I mean, that card is probably going to cost you 10 mana most of the time. At least like turn 5, turn 6. Which is like 1 turn later than Gristle Brand. You could play it, I don't know. It may be worth testing, maybe try to figure out how much, if it's actually going to cost that much for you. I feel like you get artifact, sorcery, land in the graveyard pretty easy. Maybe instant, maybe costs 9 mana a lot of the time. I also don't think it matters too much, right? Like, most like giant reasonable spells are going to win you the game in this deck. Okay. They don't have green mana for Veil. They're pretty far out from Visions. I'll just take the Drown. No Bloodghast milled over for me. Stupid 0-3 crab. Yeah, I just want to get the Bombardment down. I can sack the Kroxa. I can sack it response to any removal spells. Tasha's Hideous Laughter me for 14 cards. Pretty good. Definitely happy those cards aren't going into the graveyard for their draw 3. There it is. Veil of Summer and the draw 3. Could Kroxa here. Could obviously play Tenacious Underdog, get a bit more of a clock going. Could dash the Ragavan. If they block, I can sack the Ragavan, kill Ruin Crab. I think I'm going to play the Tenacious Underdog, so if I draw a land, I can Ob. They use the draw 3. Oh, I missed the cycle of it. Thank you. Tindo with the 25 months. Consider brewing on my personal favorite yet. Well, funny you should ask. We're about to do that right now. Another Field of Ruin, but now I've got a Bloodghast, which makes the Field of Ruins kind of awkward. Land would be great. To stop at my upkeep, I still have both basics in my hand, and I drew the land. Awesome. Okay, so let me go just attack here first for 3. Play my lands. I'm probably sucking the Bloodghast to the Ob, right? Okay, so now I can also play Ragavan. Okay, so Bloodghast comes back. Oh wait, this is yeah, sorry, this trigger doesn't apply anymore because it's the same permanent. Okay, so I don't get to get the extra ping or anything. Good line, good line. They discard Veil of Summer. I think I'm just plussing. They take 2. Ob seems good against Mill, I guess. Next I could go --, Mayhem Devil, deal tons of damage. My life totals, my library size is not gigantic though. I'm going down to 13 cards in my library, so if they have Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Archive Trap, or the Mill, you know, the 3-mana spell, I probably lose. Crypt Incursion, going up to 41 life. Oh no. And now I don't have a card to the Dirt to Earth. Tech for David. If you give me a second on this, we can get that going. No blocks for my opponent. So now I can go Mayhem Devil, kill Ruin Crab. I think I'll minus again, yeah. Obviously we need them to brick for several turns. Easy enough, right? No fetchables left in the deck. My opponent just discards Surgical Extraction. So deal them 2 here. Then we'll go Kroxa, trigger, sack, deal them 2, deal them 3 off the Kroxa. So sack this, trigger Mayhem Devil down to 19, unearth Kroxa, for 5 more down to 14, Verdant Catacombs then down to 13. Oh, I do have a fetchable. I don't think I'm grabbing it though. And then I have 3, 5, 7, 9 damage. A little short. Easy peasy with the 7 months. Appreciate you. Let's go! Let's go. 43 life. Barely an inconvenience. I like the Magus of the Moons a lot. Goblin Crater Maker seems horrible. I don't know. People just love to like slap one of these in a sideboard and call it a day. I just think this card is pretty mediocre. I feel like I'd want like the full 4 copies of Fury in this sideboard. That could be maybe not correct, but that would kind of be my inclination. Playing against Mill again. I'm gonna lead on a Ragavan. We did just beat Mill. Cool list too, I'll say. Cool list. Alright, no crab. It's good for me. Breach with no fetches? Okay, add fetches. Add fetches. It's not that hard. It's pretty free. Okay, definitely not wanting to play the Urborg to Island here. Yeah, I'll up the record. Hopefully this comes back soon. It's always like always breaks after set release. Just take some time. Thoughts on Grinding Breach combo at the moment? I mean that's a good deck. It's a deck I like. Yeah, Runaway Steamkin's an option, but you have to probably move away from the Goblin cards to do that. Maybe Inverter. Maybe Boro makes it like pretty unlikely. What happened to Smallpox deck? That's not, we're starting with this. I haven't played the Smallpox deck yet. You maybe are coming from a timeline where I did start with the Smallpox deck, but that timeline is no longer canon. There are other timelines? Is New Up good at Modern? Well, the only matchups we've casted against so far have been Merfolk and Mill, but it has been good when we've casted against Merfolk and Mill. Okay, trap hits, Kroxa, no Bloodghasts. Three cards in my opponent's hand. Definitely not escaping Kroxa before attacking. Drown kills Ragavan, so can't attack with Underdog anymore. I can still attack with my 1/1s. I think I want to play my Mayhem Devil. If they sack their Field of Ruin, triggers this. Sets me up to top deck pretty well as well. And I also, like, if they can't get their hand empty, like if I Kroxa, it's way easier for them to get their hand empty, so, like, I may be able to get one more turn of attack with my 1/1s. Are they Inverter? I don't think so. Yeah, they're Mill. They're Mill. Yeah, this looks like a good update. Love it. Good luck. Sweet list. Shocks the Watergrave down to 5. Then draws just one card with Visions of Beyond. Visions of Beyond and Snaring Bridge combo deck. Tasha's Hideous Laughter Me to exile 16 cards from my library. One card still in their hand, so if they can't get it out, we obviously get to hit them for 3 more damage here. Which we do. And if their last card is a land that they just couldn't get out of their hand, it's all Ogre. Exile creatures aggressively because of Crypt Incursion. Leave the Seasoned Pyromancer in the yard, I guess, though. Maybe that's not... doesn't matter, because we just... Those tokens are never relevant, but the last card was a land. We barely get there. Barely get there. Yeah, we do have the Bombardment as an out to bridge. We just played this matchup. Looks like this version's maybe a little different, but I think I do like my sideboard plan of just go up to 61 cards, bring in the third Kroxa. Weird league so far. Living End, Merfolk, Mill. Thoughts on Cemetery Tampering, Hideaway Reanimator card? Not worth it. I think that Hideaway cards are all, like, really fringe. Like, like 3-mana enchantments that you have to untap with in the Prismatic Ending to Fairy Time Raveler format are already, like, just kind of, like, not amazing. And then, like, they all have, like, relatively tricky conditions to meet for the Hideaway to be cast. And it's also like, you know, you're goldfishing in theory on turn 4 to cast your big spell. You're losing the race to a lot of aggro decks and a lot of combo decks, even with your nut draws. So I don't know. I kind of feel like the hideaway cards are not going to see any competitive play. I may end up like trying to figure them out a little bit more seriously. It's just not where I've started with the new cards. I do like that this is our Outer Bridge. I think we keep this. I think Body Launderer is worth it. Would fit in Yawg as value card and sometimes Big Beater, just too high mana value. Yeah, so this is kind of the issue I have with Body Launderer, is I don't know when you would want to play that card. I don't know when you would want to cast that card over, or tutor for that card over Yawgmoth. You know what I mean? Like, there is maybe a position it goes in, and maybe it is interesting in some like non-Yawgmoth shells. But I think a lot of times, like the things you'd be doing with Body Launderer are going to be like worse than just doing them with Yawgmoth. I have been thinking about it. My answer is that I'm not giving very well, as I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out. I do think the card is powerful. I think there's a lot of cards in the new set that are like fringe playable, modern power level cards, interesting, that don't seem like they have a good home. Body Launderer is a really good example of this, and this is what I like to do as a brewer, is try to find like good homes for these cards, but of course the barrier to entry into competitive modern is really high, and most cards, you know, never really end up becoming like a tier 1 thing. What do y'all play at the SCG con? Yeah, that's this weekend, right? I'd probably run back Lotus Field, to be honest. They could have survived Tasha's and let the 1/1 attack and discard visions to Kroxa. Well, I Kroxa post combat there, right? Oh, you're saying... Oh, I guess it depends on what they drew off the visions. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It depends on what they drew off visions. Okay. Ob looking kind of nice against Spell Pierce. Weird seeing so much Mill. Yeah, Mill definitely like pops up in kind of unexpected ways in Modern. Just like just becomes randomly popular pretty often. Chat has Ob proven itself? Not really. Yeah, I mean, it's the way I've played 3 matches and it's been a weird gauntlet. But it hasn't felt bad. It has been good every single time we've cast it. But every single time we've cast it, it's been against a Merfolk player who didn't block my Ragavan, or against Mill. So it's just like, we don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Yeah, playing the Urborg is tough here. Not the end of the world. Think you'd feel better in the Pioneer listing? Yes, I do. I'm really excited for Ob and Pioneer. At least as far as like my own testing and my own like process goes, it's way easier for me to like dig into one format at a time. They discarded Drownalock instead of taking 2. That's kind of wild. Yeah, it's way easier for me to just like spend my time in one format instead of bouncing back and forth every day. So, I like next week's schedule is also gonna be really weird because I'm moving, but I will be likely digging into Pioneer like the end of next week after spending today, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all on Modern. It's kind of my current idea for how we'll do this. That might end up changing, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Did I see Raynad's thoughts on my stream? I didn't know. I'm not sure who Raynad is, but I didn't see that. Yeah, we could have gained the 2 life. The 2 life is completely irrelevant, though. But yeah, I do need to get in the habit of playing Devil before Blessing. It's got 2 cards in their hand. It's optimal because they're making less informed decision. Discard. Yeah, I guess you're right. Banned MTG player, Hearthstone streamer, Tempo Storm founder, struggling game dev. And this person has opinions on my stream. Is this the long-awaited drama that we've been just so hungry for this whole time? Finally, this is exactly what the channel's been needing, is never-ending drama and shit-talking and beef. I think I'm minusing here. I was working the underdog. That's a card I'm not sure about yet. I just kind of want to cast it a few times and figure it out. Your streams reminded him of my early MTG streams. Okay, that's nice. Nice thought. It would be maybe nicer if he could say something bad about my stream so I can get some freaking content on this channel. Somebody shit talk me so I can make the stream like engaging at all. That would be great. Oh, I really like that Spying Spike stream. He seems like a really nice guy. Damn it. Yeah, at least I have my Twitch chat to shit talk me, huh? I'll always have my chat to shit talk me. Tear off my shirt off. I like this shirt though. This is one of the few shirts I own that I could probably pretty easily tear apart though. That's pretty thin fabric. It was all positive, said love watching stream. That's awesome, that's awesome. Good to hear it. Although, the overwhelming support and positivity is a bit much sometimes. Just kidding. I like that the vibes are pretty good. They didn't discard their card to the Ob, so I'm assuming it's a land. They also might just be dead right now, actually. Oh yeah, they're just dead right now. Juicebox in the 4 months, appreciate you. He answered the same 4 questions, which changed stream to team. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the stream is just exactly the same every stream. But also, how dare you say that about the stream? Mods, send them away. Be gone. Well, the Mill matchup seems good. We now 2-0 against Mill, 3-1 into our first league. Ping, ping, ping. Maybe we could play against something else, though. Something a bit more out of normal, I guess. We lost to Living in round 1. It was a really close match. Then we 2-0'd Merfolk, 2-0'd Mill, 2-0'd Mill. Fast league so far. Keep this hand. Yeah, I really liked Unlucky Witness. Unlucky Witness is, you know, again, our sample size is not huge with that card. I've liked it a lot. I saw that card, I got really excited to see a 1-mana creature that can die and conditionally draw a card. It's even better than draw a card, usually if you sack it on your opponent's turn, or like you chump block it with on your opponent's turn, but I'm really liking that card. Growth Spiral, Brazen Borrower, Lightning Bolt. I'm taking this Growth Spiral, I think. Seems like you can cut underdogs for 4th Ob and 3rd Kroxa. Maybe. Again, it's too early to be making changes to the list. I think you could play 4th Ob Nixilis. I was only able to buy 3 this morning, but I also only wanted to start off with 3 in this first draft anyway, so it kind of worked out. But yeah, we can make changes. But let's get through the first league first. Okay, good draw for them. So they played, yeah, multiple triomes definitely means that they're playing Reclamation. Their hand is currently Borrower, Lightning Bolt, Mystery card. Let's just unearth Seasoned Pyromancer. See if they have another counter spell. Okay, I think I'm discarding Seasoned Pyromancer, Bombardment. Then... I think I want to play the Tenacious Underdog. No, probably Lightning Bolt it, but then of course I can start to blitz it. Could be Escape Shift. Yeah. Yeah, actually, Stomping Ground makes it, I think, more likely that it's Escape Shift. So... probably dead next turn with that draw. We'll cast this, they'll bolt the Underdog. They're going to do this anyways. I guess I maybe could have attacked first. Shouldn't end up changing anything at all. Put my opponent down to 14, though. Then attack them down to 10. I guess we're a little short, actually. So this, so when this creature dies, draw a card. Okay, so you can sack it to the Bombardment and get the card. This is 1 extra damage. Attack for 4. Mayhem Devil, 9. Yeah, one point short, so... I think I'm blitzing. Any blitzers in the chat, perhaps? Yeah, second Stomping Ground, I think, means that they're almost definitely Escape Shifts. The Borrower in their hand is not really much of a concern. I don't think I need to, like, worry about killing it, though. Just, like, if their last card Escape Shift, they kill me regardless of if they attack with Borrower or not. And it's not Escape Shift. Awesome. What a weird league. Living End, which is not that weird these days, but Living End, Merfolk, Mill, Team or Escape Shift. Okay, I'm gonna bring in the Fulminators, the Kroxa, someone cutting the Underdogs. Devil seems kind of awkward in this matchup too, against the Lightning Bolt deck. Cutting all of them is maybe not correct. They can't Escape Shift you Devil. Yeah, but they just said, like, you know, Devil against the Lightning Bolt deck is not as good. I at least want to trim it. I'm also bringing in more 3-drops, so, like, cutting the Devils makes sense to keep the curve somewhat realistic. This league has looked real soft, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Mill is a good deck. Mill is a good deck. We also played against, you know, Merfolk and Team Escape Shift, but Mill and Living End are both very good decks that are honestly in a lot of ways like brew catchers, where you'll be playing and you'll be like, oh no, I didn't even think about playing. It's like these more linear strategies. I'm just like toast. Yeah, Living End is obviously like one of the best decks in the format too. I don't know what the CMC of anything is, because this is a mana value channel. But the mana value of the Ob copy is 3. Reminder that saying CMC instead of mana value is a bannable offense, and I'd really like to see that never happen again. One warning. Deck for Saheeli combo. We keep getting these Saheeli combo deck techs. I will say, my general impression of Saheeli combo, my experience playing with against it, is trying to play Saheeli in combo in Modern is a good way to live a life full of pain and suffering. A pain and suffering of playing a deck that is almost good and just not actually good. Has always been my experience with this archetype. That being, and you know, you've got a pretty reasonable list. I think that you're playing probably too much removal. Like you have Fury, Solitude, Lightning Bolt, Prismatic Ending as your cheap interaction. You probably need to be cutting the Lightning Bolts. You probably need to be cutting the Lightning Bolts, and you can maybe play more copies of Fire Ice. I think Fire Ice is a card that really shines here. Yeah, just going 4 Fire Ice, 4 Spreading Seas, 0 Lightning Bolts. Seems like it's probably going to be pretty good here. I really like the rest of the list. I do usually like Wall of Omens here. I like the Force of Fairy, Force of Healy. I think as far as the main deck goes, besides those changes, I wouldn't really change much. Okay, that's a phenomenally good draw. I'm gonna send my 1/1s at Ren and then Seasoned Pyromancer at my opponent. But just in general, I think that the Saheeli combo is kind of weak. Why is Fire enough good enough to include? A card that like just slows your opponent down, buys you time, is interaction against creature decks, is interaction against non-creature decks, is a cantrip in your combo deck. It's just like usually really good inclusion in a strategy like this. We think our opponent's Scape Shift, but to be honest, we don't know for sure. Whatever they are, they got 2 lands over there left. You got 2 lands, opponent. Oh no. Oh no. This is rough. This is pretty good. Teamer control. They have like a million stomping grounds in their deck, and they have a bunch of triomes, so I think they're Escape Shift, but it doesn't matter. They're dead. Okay, 4-1 to very first league. Even like came very close to winning the match we lost. I will say 2 of those matches were kind of like, you know, maybe not great testing, but a pretty good start. I think good enough to just run it back here. I do love Violent Tumor. I do love to see an old order Violent Tumor, despite that card not being great. As far as the sideboard here.